Welcome back, gamers, to Infinite Dice with me, Infinite D. And today we're very excited to bring you the first battle report of our 8 army 1,000 point in-house Warhammer AOS tournament. Trust me, we tried to figure out a better name, but nothing really stuck. So that's what we're going with. First game today is going to be the Nighthaunt versus the Elves. So without further ado, let's jump right on into it. Let's take a real quick look at our bracket again. And this is the match that we will be going over today. The Nighthaunt versus the Elves. Again, we'll be skipping around, but we'll get these first 4 games done before we go to the constellation brackets or further down the bracket. And here is our first army, the Nighthaunt, with Allegiance of Death and the battle trait, the Deathless Minion, that gives them their 6-up ward save. The Black Coach here at the bottom as our general with the command trait Ruler of the Night, and the Curse Book, which is -1 for enemies to hit them within 3 inches. Right there in a line behind them is our 3 Crane Wraiths, and then of course our 3 units of 3 Spirit Hosts, and our 2 units of 5 Hex Wraiths. Again, 980 points, 23 models, and 45 wounds, putting it at the lowest wounds and model count. And here is our Elf army that I early called Compendium Elves because everything is in the Compendium lists. We have Legions of Order, the battle trait of Defiant Avengers. The Lothern Sea Helm is our general right there in the middle with the flag. He has the command ability Stand Fast and the command trait Master of Defense. That command ability is the one that allows people to re-roll. It's pretty fantastic. Then High Elf Prince on Griffin with the Relic Blade, which is going to be +1 to damage, and that's going to go on his sword. We have 3 units of 10 Lothern Sea Guard, those guys with the spears and shields, and 2 units of 5 Reavers, putting us at 1,000 points, 42 models, and 65 wounds. And also, I would like to point out that there's more color on these guys, and that's the whole point of this tournament, is to feel out different armies, figure out what we like to play and what we're interested in, learn AOS better, and get paint on models. There's a couple new colors on everything, so there we go. We are rolling for mission. Ian, will you please roll the mission for us?
Absolutely.
We are playing 4 Border War. All right, here is the setup for Border Wars. Ian with the Nighthaunt won the roll to placement. He took that side a little bit more terrain over there and set up his line like this. And then my guys just kind of on the line there across. So Border Wars. There's these 4 objects, 1 in each of our territory and then 1 on each side. At the end of each of your turns, you collect victory points for the number of these areas you control. The 1 in your territory is worth 1. The 1 on the borders are worth 2. And the 1 in the opponent's area is worth 4. And how you get these victory points is you need to have more models than your opponent within 6 inches of these golden tokens on the board. And it's so not necessarily heroes or troopers or just anything that's more models than 6 inches. The Elves finished deploying first and decided to take first turn. Pretty much the movement was excruciating to figure out what to do correctly. I ended up camping my hero back here. He's just a totem anyway, so camped him. Took those guys up in the corner, kind of moved over, moved these guys behind them to kind of get a double line going, double protection for my own area. And then over here, I went for this border. My objective in turn 1 is to collect all 4 borders. I figured since I have 10 models per unit and he only has 3, I out-model him. So my idea is to capture all of the objectives as quickly as possible and just kind of use my outnumbering to make it work. And then shooting here, these Reavers shoot into only putting 1 wound in, unfortunately. And then they got to move. They have this special ability that allows them to move 2d6 in their shooting phase before or after they shoot, which is pretty fantastic. So after they shoot, they're going to move another 2d6 inches right up in the face. This is the top of Battle Round 1, the end of the elf turn. We are going to check for distances. It gives me 6 inches. I'm going to collect 2 victory points for that border because they are adjacent. This is also going to be 2 inches or 6 inches, so that's going to give me another 2 victory points. This one is going to give me 1 victory point for being on my own territory. And the troubled one, whether or not I have more models within 6 inches than he does, which I believe you have 4 and I have 5.
Yeah, he got it.
So that's going to give me 4 victory points there on our border wars at the top of round 1. Perfect. So I'm going to go at the top of round 1 at the end of my turn. Max points for 9. And now it's the bottom of round 1. The Nighthaunt's turn, Ian's turn. And he moves everything up like this. Kind of makes sense. I like his wall that he's building around this lord here. And, I don't know if you guys noticed this about the chariot, but he's got a skeleton just riding in the back here, just kind of chilling, hanging out. That's one of my favorite pieces, just that skeleton hanging out, riding the chariot lord. All right, a couple more pictures of his movement. He's just moving everything up to face off. And on the other side of the board, the same. He's pretty powerful on this side, has a couple units coming over to collect this territory up. Seems good. And more movement. In his charges, he's going to charge his chariot and his hex wraiths right into my elven reavers. They make it just fine. And then a lot more charges over here. I'm going to charge the hex wraiths up here in the corner into my sea guard, and then the spirit host and his wraith into my elven reavers. Over here, they kind of fumbled, only killed 1 guy, not too impressive. Over here, though, they did fantastic, dropping 2 of my elven reavers, looking kind of bad. My pile-in, my lord with the 6-inch, don't forget the 6-inch pounce, the lord on Griffin, does not need to move towards the closest enemy model when it piles in, and can move 6 inches. So he pounces over behind this chariot. It's actually fantastic. So he jumps behind this chariot and murders him. The guy, the Griffin Lord, doesn't actually do anything. He's actually quite pathetic and completely whiffs. But the Griffin beak, the beak attack, it's 1 attack for d6 damage, does 6 on it, and then the claws are able to finish up the last wound and take down the Lord turn 1. Very proud of him. Again, the Lord did nothing, and the Griffin did everything. A ferocious Griffin. End of battle round 1. The bottom of the Nighthaunt turn. Ian, will you take us through the points?
Yeah. Doing all right. At least a lot better than the very beginning there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and even...
That looks like it's outside on the camera.
Yeah, a little bit outside.
So 4, 2...
So 4, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it seems like it's stretching it. All right, so you got that one?
Yep, by 1 model only. Here, obviously, way in the lead.
Yep, and then over there.
Over
you
here.
got that one too.
Yep.
Because of that unit of hex race.
What is it? 1, 2, 3.
All right, so that's 2, 4, 5 points for you?
I believe you're correct, yes.
All right, while we're on film, let's roll for the top of battle round 2. Big roll. I'm going to use just big dice.
Alrighty.
2.
Oh!
2. Oh, man, I'm using another big dice. Oh, 5. 3. Oh, perfect. All right, I'll be taking the top of round 2. So I won the top of round 2. The points stand at the end of round 1. Elves 9, Nighthaunt 5. I was kind of annoyed at this one up here in the corner. They just got devoured. I would have liked to have kept that a little bit longer, but oh well. Okay, so top of round 2, I won the roll. My elves move up front here. They realize that this side is broken. This flank is gone, so they're going to move up to help the center. These guys are going to kind of move around the Lord, my token here, and give him more support. He uses his command ability on this unit, which again allows them to re-roll everything, but they cannot move. So this unit fighting these hex race down here will be able to re-roll everything and cannot move. Then they do their shooting into the hex wraiths. Yeah, dropping a model. So that's good. I'll take a model. And there it is. Notice that it's not there anymore. And then these guys will take their shooting into these spirit hosts, trying to help this Elven Reaver out. Moving straight along to charge phase, these elves are going to charge in there, and they needed 7, and you can see the picture of the dice down here at the bottom. They got exactly 7. We always roll before, or we always measure before we roll to make sure the maximum fairness. And oh, they made it. It was fantastic. Wish I caught that on camera, but unfortunately not. Made it. That's going to be helpful. Okay, so I think 2 guys died over here, and then I rolled Battle Shock and got a 6. Which meant 2 more guys fled, but we didn't realize until later that they have banners or musicians. I'm not quite sure which one of them, but it gives them +2 to bravery, making their bravery 8, making it so they wouldn't flee. Pretty much we just played incorrectly, and he allowed me to have 2 models back later on, but still the picture's in there, so we'll talk about it. Always good learning experiences. All right, this is the end of my turn. And I'm going to pick up another 5 victory points. A couple things happened in combat. My unit of Reavers at the bottom got obliterated. I have my base and his base. His base is worth 4. Mine is worth 1 for 5 victory points, taking me to 14. It is now Ian's turn with the Nighthaunt. Everything's going to kind of just move up. These guys over here on the side are moving up to the center to give more center support. We're all kind of moving over. And he took this base and he's heading off into taking my territory. A little crisper picture of that. And then, just another picture of them moving up into the center. And then on this flank over here, they are moving to close in on my final unit. They go straight to charge phase, not having any shooting or magic or anything else. Charge in with these hex wraiths into the remaining unit here, and they still have rerolls, but there's too few of them for it to matter. And the charge with the spirit host up here in the center. Oh, and charge with this wraith lord right here in the corner. Oh man, this is a picture of Ian excited. He rolled fantastically for a spirit host. Look at all those 6s. Every 6 is just an automatic mortal wound. And that was onto the unit that had re-rolls, which, actually, let's go back to the picture real fast. So that was onto this unit right here with these spirit hosts, wiping out this whole unit, allowing both these hex wraiths and this wraith to make other pile-ins. With these spirit hosts doing such a fantastic job in wiping out the remaining of the battle-commanded unit, they're going to have freedom to pile in over here. This wraith piles in, and then the hex wraiths pile in. And on my pounce, I was able to do some serious damage with the Griffin. Again, the Lord did nothing, and the Griffin did everything, taking a big chomp out of, you can see Ian here picking up a wraith, killed a wraith, and the rest of the spirit host on his other side right there. Both those circles obliterated, the spirit host and the wraith. Fantastic. Great job, Lord. Proud of you. This is what it looks like at the end of round 2. It's not looking too pretty. I don't have too many models. This unit got obliterated to the man. Just my champion standing. These Elven Reavers got obliterated to the man. Just that one guy standing.
Top of turn 3.
Top of turn 3, rolling for initiative.
6.
Oh.
The elves, or what left of them, are going to get to go first. Lord, save us. Literally, the Lord needs to save us.
Hope you guys got that. Lord needs to save us. That's my Lord on Griffin that needs to save us. There's not too many models left. He's going to use his command ability on the Lord on Griffin, which means it can't move, but it can re-roll basically everything. And then these guys are going to take their shots into the unit of hex wraiths in front of them. Pew, 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 pew. Putting on... Oh, wait, no, they're not. they're going to put their shots onto this Wraith right here, putting 3 on, which is great news. And then I'm going to take my pile in first. We're going to move straight to combat with no other shooting. I'm going to pile in and I'm going to destroy that Wraith, which is fantastic. I believe that means he has no more Wraiths on the field, completely eliminating his ward save. Alright, so this is what it looks like at the end of my turn. He has more models within his own base than I do, and I controlled it last time, so I only have my own base for 1 victory point, taking me to 15. It's pretty brutal. And then that's going to be the start of the Nighthaunt's turn, the bottom of battle round 3. The Spirit Hosts are going to move around here, and the Hex Hosts are going to move around here, just kind of finishing off this last unit that I have piled in the corner, cowering and fear of all these ghosts. Oh man, look, you have to be within 3 inches, and he rolled Snake Eyes to charge in with them, so the Spirit Host will not be able to join in on the massacre of the remaining elves. These Hex Wraiths will be able to join in on the massacre. And then up here you can see this pile in is happening with the Griffin Lord. A couple more guys die here. I was able to drag down another Hex Wraith, and that was about it.
Alright, so the bottom of round 3, the end of the Nighthaunt turn, we're counting victory points. They have this base, my base now, which is devastating. 6 inches, more models. For 4, they have both of these bases for another 4, and his own base for 1, giving him max 9 points. Now this is top of battle round 5, and we're going to roll for it.
We're rolling for the top of
And
battle
there
round
it goes. Oh, you're going to get it.
Back-to-back turns.
There we go.
Alright, I tried to talk over there, but I think you got it. This is the top of battle round 4, not 5. He won it his first time going first in a battle round. 1 charge. He's going to charge in with the Spirit Host and attack. He was kind of grumpy from not getting the attack in last time, but that was actually pretty devastating because that left my Lord open right up here. That left him to swing back instead of piling with them first and attacking the Lord. He's at 6 wounds, only has 10 all day. So instead of finishing the Lord off, I got 1 more swing, and he annihilated that unit, which was super fantastic. And that pretty much just ends his turn, straight to the combat. We see down here he put 2 wounds on my Lord, and now 4 wounds on my Lord, and he's gone. So my turn 4, I just sat there the whole turn 4 because he can't move because of the command ability. So bottom of round 4, the Elves' turn, sat there, collected the space up for 4 victory points. Ian got 8 victory points, the other 3 giving it 19 to 27 going into battle round 5. Alright, I won the top of round 5. There's nothing left to do. My Elf Lord is flying away. He's coming over here to collect this 1 more objective, give him a couple more points, and then fly away and then report back to the Elven Council on what he had seen and the ghosts that have risen around this Chaos Temple. And another picture of the Nighthaunt chasing him off. All the Nighthaunt did at the bottom of round 5 was kind of chase him. So the bottom of round 5, the Elves got 6 victory points, 4 for his, and then 2 for this new side one. But they also got 6. Giving it to the Nighthaunt, 33 to 27. So that's that. This is what our new bracket looks like. The Nighthaunt Advanced, Compendium Hells falling down to the Constellation bracket early. Again, I know the YouTube channel sometimes cuts off the edges to these brackets, so feel free to visit them at infinitedicegaming.com. Post all the brackets there via each round, and also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course YouTube. But just going over this tournament, or at least this game in particular, playing the Elves, I wanted to give them their best opportunity, trying to play the mission correctly, moved everything up turn 1. That might have ended up being a mistake because they were very fragile Elves. I could have taken maybe an extra turn or 2 to have sat back and shot. A few more bow shots might have done it. I'm not quite sure. I do think the Nighthaunt deserved to move on. And so there you go. First game, Nighthaunt carry on. And one more time, if you need to see these brackets in better form, visit www.infinitedicegaming.com. Thank you so much. Until next time.